Talk then about the headline act today. Raheem Sterling, their record-breaking signing for an English player, gets his debut today. 95 Premier League appearances so far. Why have they gone for the former Liverpool man?
Well, I think we know how quick he is, how well he runs with the ball. He's a brilliant dribbler with the ball, but it's his versatility I think Pellegrini's really keen on. A player that can play in wide areas, down the right, down the left, but can come in field as well, can maybe play in behind a striker, play alongside maybe Sergio Aguero as a second front man as well. So at 20 years old, to have a player that has the pace and dribbling ability that Sterling has, but the ability to play in a variety of positions, I think it's something that City's squad doesn't have.
But how is a 20-year-old going to cope with the scrutiny he'll be under over the course of the coming season? Because with that price tag, every move, every pass will be scrutinised.
Well, this is what it's all about. I think when you go for such a huge transfer fee, he won't be concerned about that. That was between the clubs. He'll just be concentrating on playing his game and playing well. But ultimately, if he doesn't set up a goal, if he doesn't score a goal, every game that goes by when that doesn't happen, he'll face criticism because of the price tag. But I think he's an ambitious player. Manuel Pellegrini has talked about him already in that regard. So at 20 years old, he has quite an old head on his shoulders. He has to get to grips with being such an expensive player very quickly. If he does that, I think he can hit the ground running.
Let's have a look at Raheem Sterling warming up alongside his Man City teammates in the wonderful MCG Stadium. What in particular, Andy, does he give this side? Because we'd expect him to be regular, unlike, say, a Fabian Delph, who we'd expect to operate more from the bench. What does he give them that currently they don't have? Well,
I think looking at the wide areas, City have Jesus Navas, who to me is pretty one-dimensional. He's very quick, but he tends to play in tram lines, just attacking fullbacks mainly down the outside. Now, Raheem Sterling can do that, but he has the pace and the intelligence to come inside fullbacks as well. But as I mentioned there, he can at times play in the pocket in behind maybe Sergio Aguero. So I think it's that at times for different games, different competitions, Sterling will play a lot of football, but maybe in a variety of positions.
Iheanacho is in that front three with Silva and Sterling today, but we'd obviously expect Aguero. Now, would you expect them to go with a front three of Silva, Sterling and Aguero come the start of the season? And how might that look? How much of a challenge will that pose to the likes of Chelsea?
Well, it is a change. It's more of an attacking team maybe than Pellegrini's played in the past. He tends to play with a holding midfield and maybe Touré bursting from midfield, Silva breaking forward as well. But with signing Raheem Sterling, it gives you, again, that option of being more attacking, maybe getting Silva, Sterling and Aguero in a front three. Now, to me, there's probably not a better front three of attacking players in the Premier League. So here's Pellegrini saying, right, we need to develop now. We need to take Chelsea on, take Man United on next season, and we need to do that on the front foot. So that's why a player like Sterling has joined. The manager has to really have it's a balance between trying to get the players sharp for the start of the season, getting your new players integrated into the squad on a match day, but you don't want to do too much. You don't want to risk a player turning an ankle.
Raheem Sterling brought in to fire Manchester City back to the top of the English game. That's the hope.
La Liga, on loan at Cordoba and Valencia. And young Manuel Garcia, just 17 years of age, the young Spaniard.
Raheem Sterling, not the best start. Australia home to plenty of Liverpool fans. Raheem Sterling was jeered when his face was on the screen in Melbourne when he was sat in the stands at the weekend, and I'd say there's a few Liverpool fans in here, and that was not his finest moment. Iheanacho, 18 years of age, and made an impact on the tour last season, and Raheem Sterling is away here. Raheem Sterling, inevitable. He is centre stage again. The man who's looking to become a superstar with that Manchester City badge on his chest. His first step on what he hopes will be the road to greatness.
Well, he would have been slightly embarrassed by his first touch for his new club. There's nothing to be embarrassed about this. Good build-up for Manchester City. And Raheem Sterling, you can see him there, playing on the shoulder of the last defender, Romagnoli. Makes a real mess of defending, plays Raheem Sterling onside. When he's through on goal, you wonder if he's got the quality, the ability and the composure. So early in his Manchester City career, but he makes no mistake with a finish, a composed finish.
Iheanacho. Nice offer, nice ball as well. Raheem Sterling thought he was taken down. The referee, he wasn't too far away, was not interested. Well, Manchester City are looking sharp here. Vincent Kompany surrounded. Clever touch from Raheem Sterling. We've seen his strength before. Steven Gerrard says he never used to go near him in training because Sterling is one of the strongest. Sterling's made the run on the far side, seen by Silva, found by Silva. Raheem Sterling caught by Florenzi. Well, the referee says no.
Didn't think the first one was. Here he says Florenzi beaten all ends up there. I think it's fair to say that should have been a penalty.
Clichy. Sterling trying to guide that into the path of Silva.
I think his passport must be stamped by now with world class, David Silva.
He is making sure he remains fit with the ankle problems he's had in the past, David Silva. Iheanacho offside against Zuccolini. Desire to find his rhythm again and find peak form again. Well, even in pre-season, that will be concerning for Manuel Pellegrini, that De Rossi had so much room. There's Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling got off to a fly with that Manchester City badge on his chest. Inevitably, he would have a say. And he finished off to put Manchester City in front in the 3rd minute. But then Pjanic scored an absolute stunner.